I think it's going very well. I think all of us, it's important for all of us to understand that the Defense Force was meant to go in and make a quick intervention, allow for the police to do the work of policing, prevent some of the things which were happening, which were making it difficult for the police to make a meaningful intervention in that area. It is not meant to be a prolonged deployment because obviously we are not law enforcers, so the police must continue to do their work. Ours was just a short intervention, and obviously we will pull out at the appropriate time. But what is important, which is what I said in Parliament this week when I was answering questions in the NCOP, is for all of us South Africans to commit to improve the socio-economic conditions of the people of the Cape Flats. Because if there is squalor, there is poverty, obviously there will be seeds for gangsterism, which will be planted by those who are already involved in gangs. If you find if I'm told you have 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 15-year-olds who are part of the gangs, right? What happened? It is because you have adults who have graduated as gangs, who are now breeding and see potential in young people. And because those young people come from families which are poor, where there is no food on the table, where they live in the back rooms, in informal settlements, what happens then? The young people get attracted to the huge sums of money which they get from the drugs, from the gangsters for peddling drugs. And in order for them to dress up and like any other young people, right, they then depend on the money they make out of gangsterism. So I think that for us in South Africa, and this, by the way, we may now be in the Western Cape, at the Cape Flats, it may happen elsewhere. There's a problem of gangsterism, for instance, in Port Elizabeth, in the northern suburbs, you know. So basically, when the governing party said we must work hard to better the lives of South Africans, it was correct. Because if we do not make the lives of our people better, we will continue to have the kinds of challenges that we have, where young people will resort to gangsterism, young people will resort to drug abuse, young people will not go to school. It is unfortunate that you move into this area at 11, 12 midday, you find 7-year-olds, 10-year-olds roaming the streets, and when you ask, where is the school? The child will tell you, oh, okay, I hear the school is around the corner, but why are you not at school? Well, I don't want to be at school. I have other things to do. And maybe one of the things that we should actually do is to say we should have compulsory basic education for children. Compulsory. So that when you find a child roaming the streets, right? A child involved in gangsterism, a child involved in drug abuse, the parents must take responsibility. Why is the child not at school? So there are certain things which we need to do. I think we need to be very harsh in dealing with the socio-economic conditions of our people. We need to be very harsh in ensuring that our young people go to school and are forced to go to school. In some, there are countries which actually tell you that it is compulsory for a child to go to school. And that's what South Africa perhaps needs to do.